January morning, and the musician arrived at the subway station in Washington, D.C. He opened his violin case and took out his instrument. He reached in his pocket of his jeans, and he put a few dollars in coins as seed money in the case. And he began to play. And he didn't just stand there quietly playing. He played. He was dipping and turning and getting into it, and he played for 43 minutes. And during that 43 minutes, 1,097 people filed past him. I'm going to tell you about 4. Now, during that 43 minutes, some people walked past and tossed in some money. Some people turned the other way so as not to make eye contact. 4 wanted to listen. Now, one man actually looked at his watch, walked away from the stream of traffic, and leaned against the wall and listened for 3 minutes. He was talked to later by someone from the Washington Post who was filming this with a hidden camera and had people outside getting contact information from people for a story about commuting. And they asked him why he stopped, and he said, I checked my watch and I was 3 minutes ahead of schedule. And I studied violin when I was a kid, and I recognized that this guy was really good. And I had 3 extra minutes, and I stood there and watched it. He was an engineer. I knew he'd be surprised that he didn't have 3 minutes. The second person was an elderly man who turned out to be a supervisor at the Postal Service. He, too, had studied violin as a child and recognized that this was excellent music. But he said what he was watching was the stream of people going by, seemingly not even noticing that this man was playing. They were completely oblivious to the fabulousness that was happening around them. He said, the acoustics in the subway station, who knew they were perfect for violin playing? But he said, I could tell that was an excellent violin and an excellent player. Turns out that at 18, he had to make a decision of whether to be a concert violinist or go to college and go into business. And he decided that at 18, that he just wasn't good enough to be a professional musician. And he went into the business world instead. But he still loved the violin enough that he recognized excellence when he heard it. The next 2 I'll tell you later. Let me tell you about the violinist. His name is Joshua Bell. He's considered the finest violinist in the world. 2 days before this event, he had been at a sold-out performance where the cheap seats cost more than $100. And on this day, he made $37.17. That's right, somebody threw pennies. He was playing a set of music that he had compiled of some of the most elegant music ever written for the violin. Now, it was not necessarily familiar music. People might have paid more attention if you'd been paying turkey in the straw. But he was playing the best. And he was playing on a violin that was valued at $3.5 million. A Stradivarius that was built in the 1700s. He arrived at the subway station by taxi because he didn't dare take the subway with the violin. Now, one person number 3, was actually someone who recognized him. So she listened and told him that she recognized him and put $20 in the case. And they subtracted that from the $32.17 because they didn't count that to someone who actually recognized who he was. And the 4th person was not one person. Every kid that went through there tried to stop and listen. and was drug away by a hairy parent trying to keep on schedule. I read a poet one time that said, we're born recognizing poetry because the mother's heartbeat, ba-dum, 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 is the perfect iambic meter. But life strangles the poetry out of us. Is it life or is it staying on schedule? So, here's the moral of the story. On a Friday morning, in a subway station in Washington at 10 minutes to 8, first moral, is that really the time to recognize excellence? But the question the Washington Post asked was, if we don't recognize the best musician playing the best music on the finest